Hello, Brian.
Hello, Mr.
Mr. Coker.
Mr. Coker.
Pleasure
Nice to
to.
meet you.
Yes, yes,
Nice
yes.
to meet you.
We're gonna get right into our literacy intervention with the Bernstein Bears. And first of all, we are going to start with, let's say, telling the truth.
Okay.
Sounds like a good one, right?
Good book.
Okay, okay. All right, so I'm going to read this book aloud to you. And before I even start reading, are there any predictions that you'd like to make of what you think the book is about? Just maybe even judging by the cover?
Maybe.
Yeah, what would that be?
I don't know.
Anything. What do you think? Just looking by this.
Like telling the truth or thinking who threw the lamp.
Yeah, who threw the lamp? I mean, what about just the fact of that maybe lying isn't good?
Maybe it's not good. Lying will be bad.
Lying would be bad. All right, let's get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
The Bernstein Bears and telling the truth. It was a lazy sort of day in bear country. The air was so still that the leaves on the big tree house where the bear family lived were hardly rustling. Except in the beehive where the bees were always busy, nothing much seemed to be happening. It was the sort of day that sometimes leads to mischief. Inside the tree house, brother and sister bear were sitting around not doing anything in particular. Brother was holding his soccer ball. He'd become interested in soccer and had been outside practicing free kicks. Sister was relaxing in an easy chair, thinking about what to do next. Neither Papa nor Mama was around. Papa was in his shop working on some furniture, and Mama was out shopping. I know what, said Sister. Let's go gather some wild blackberries. Brother thought about that. Nah, he said. Wild blackberries have too many thorns, and besides, the seeds get stuck in your teeth. Well then, said Sister, let's go and twist each other up around on the swing set and see who gets the dizziest. You've done that before, right?
Yeah.
I love doing that.
With my brother?
Yeah.
With the swing?
Yep. I still love doing that, and I'm 37 years old.
Yeah, but you can stay with me.
He said, no, that's silly, and besides, we did that yesterday. Sister became irritated and impatient with her brother. My goodness, she complained. You don't want to do anything. All you want to do is sit there and hug that soccer ball. I think you must be in love with that soccer ball. He said, I am not, protested brother. But I'll tell you something. I bet I can dribble this ball past you. Brother was a pretty good soccer player and a very good dribbler. But so was sister. The only one who saw what happened next, besides the cubs, was a mockingbird who was perched on a twig outside an open window. Brother faced sister. The ball was on the floor between them. First, brother moved the ball with his right foot. Then, with his left, trying to trick sister out of position. Then, quick as a flash, he gave the ball a sharp kick with his right. Poof!
Wow.
It almost worked, but sister was fast, too. She reached out with her knee and blocked the ball, which bounced against a bookshelf, against a chair, against a footstool, and into Mama's most favorite lamp, which fell to the floor with a crash.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Someone's not going to be happy.
Uh-oh.
Any prediction? What's
Yes.
going to happen?
The mom will come, check his favorite lamp ember, but then it broke.
The mockingbird let out a screech and got out of there as fast as its wings could carry it. As it flew away, it saw Mama Bear returning from the marketplace. Now, the bear family had some house rules, just as any family has, right? You do, I do. We all have rules, right? One was no honey eating in the bed. Another was no tracking mud on the clean floors. And another was no ball playing in the house.
To play the ball outside.
Oh, you're right. Play the ball outside. What was she thinking? All brother had time to do before Mama came into the room was roll the ball behind Papa's chair. What to do? Brother looked at sister. Sister looked at brother. They both looked at the broken lamp, and they both listened in horror as Mama came up the front steps and into the house. My lamp, said Mama. My best lamp. What happened? She asked, looking into her cub's eyes. Tell me about it. The cubs looked into Mama's eyes, then at each other, and then they began to tell one of the biggest whoppers that has ever been told in bear country. Uh-oh. Can't wait to hear this. It was a bird, began Brother. Yes, added Sister, a big purple bird with yellow feet. And green wingtips, added Brother. And funny-looking red feathers sticking out of its head, said Sister, as the finishing touch. As most lies do, the purple bird whopper got bigger and bigger and bigger. What do they mean by that? The lie got
Bigger?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They just kept look at this is how the lie began.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how the lie is starting to end up. It's a different story, isn't it?
Yeah.
That bird looks a lot different.
Anyway, that's not true.
Right? Yes, continued the cubs, and it flew into that window, zoomed around the room, and knocked over the lamp. As Mama Bear was looking at the broken lamp with a sad expression on her face, Papa Bear came in from his shop. The cubs began to tell him the story of the big bird that flew in the window and broke the lamp. It was harder to tell the second time. For one thing, they couldn't quite remember how they had told it the first time. So now they got to tell the story to
The papa.
Yes, and they don't even remember how they told it to the
Mama. They would change again.
Yes. You've got me confused, said Papa. Was it a purple bird with green wingtips and yellow feet? Or a yellow bird with purple wingtips and green feet? Or was it a white bird with black spots? Like, really?
It's a soccer bird.
Yeah, like that soccer ball behind my easy chair? But the thing that really made it hard the second time was how very sad Mama looked as she picked up the pieces of the broken lamp. Wow. What do you think's going to happen?
She will get frustrated.
Think she's going to get frustrated? What do you think they're going to end up doing?
Sad.
Think they'll be sad?
And telling the truth.
You think they will?
Yeah.
Okay. Mama, we're really sorry about the lamp, said Brother. Oh yes, said Sister, picking up the last pieces and putting it on the dustpan. Oh, Mama, I'm not worried about the lamp. We can always get another lamp. Or we can glue this one back together. What I'm sad about is the thought that maybe, just maybe, my cubs, whom I've always trusted, aren't telling me the truth. And trust is not something that you can put back together again. Both cubs started to talk at once. It wasn't a bird, said Sister. It was a soccer ball. And it was all my fault, shouted Brother. It was just as much my fault, shouted Sister. But they were both shouted down by the phone, which rang loudly. It was Grizzly Bear Gran, inviting the Bear family for a Sunday visit. Hello, Gran, said Mama. Oh, everything's just fine here in the treehouse. How's everything with you? But Mama, protested Sister after Mama hung up the phone, you told Gran that everything's fine here, and that it isn't really the truth. Oh, and that really isn't the truth, is what the sister said. Oh, but it is, answered Mama. We've got two fine cubs who've just learned a very important lesson about telling the truth. And what could be finer than that? Now let's help Papa glue the lamp back together. Nobody really expects cubs to be perfect, and from time to time, Brother and Sister Bear did forget the rules. Brother ate honey in bed a couple times. One time, Sister tracked a little mud on the clean floor. And once or twice, Brother and Sister started to play ball in the house before they remembered not to.
And again.
Yeah, kids will be kids, right? But they never, ever told a whopper. Because trust is one thing you can't put back together once it's broken. So, your predictions ended up being correct, right? Mm-hmm. They felt bad. Mama felt bad. Frustrated, you said. And they ended up apologizing.
And telling the truth. All right, now I'm going to give you these questions, and let's just go over the what's on here. Mm-hmm. All right, so what is the name of the story? The Beanstain Bears and the Truth. Okay. What do you think the story is about? It's about it caused by accident. Mm-hmm. Later, they had to tell the truth what happened so the mom can know what happened. Right. You are correct. Who is our favorite character in the story?
The brother.
You like the brother? How come?
Because he's too lazy.
Because he's lazy? That's awesome. That's a good reason. He needed to get up and do something, right? In the story, he got up and he attempted to play soccer in the house. Right?
Don't do it in your house.
Don't do it. Okay, so now we just kind of reiterated that, but is there a problem in the story?
Yes.
What's the problem?
There was playing soccer in the house, but they supposed to be not playing in the house.
Yeah.
But they have to.
But they have to. And then what happened because they were playing soccer in the house? Here's where we get to the main problem.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
The ball hits the lamp, and then it will fall down, and then a big crash.
And then what did they do? Did they told
the lie thing?
Yeah. They told a lie. Where does the story take place?
In the tree house.
When does the story take place? Like in the daytime, in the nighttime?
The day.
Mm-hmm. What happens in the story? You've already kind of told me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is they're playing soccer in the house and they
destroy the lamp.
Destroyed the lamp. Why does this happen in the story?
Because his brother don't want to do nothing outside, so he's thinking he wants to play soccer inside the house.
Very perceptive. Very good. Number 11. What does all of this mean? Like this whole story. What's it trying to teach us? That what?
To learn his lesson and tell the truth.
To listen and tell the truth. Fantastic. What do you think about that?
I think is the book that we read.
Yeah.
Was talking about.
Like, what do you think about it? Like your personal thought on it, like telling the truth and
telling
stuff.
the truth.
Is that important to you?
Yes.
Why is it important to you?
Because if you didn't say lie, nobody knows what happened. So. Right. I had to tell the truth.
Tell the truth. All right, and then what would you change in the story?
Not playing in the house.
Not playing in the house. What did you not like about the story?
When Mama came.
When Mama came home, everything changed, right?
Yeah.
The mood of the story changed. If you could rename the story, what would you name it?
I would name it. The sister. The sister kicked the ball first.
That's what you would title it?
So the sister destroyed the lamp.
The sister destroyed the lamp. What would you add to the story to make it better?
I will add a character. I will add a dino. Not really.
You'd add a dinosaur?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And maybe he or she could play a part in the telling of the lie or something.
Yeah. Or he was sitting and listening.
Yeah.
That what happened.
Do you want to read the story again on your own?
No.
What did you learn from the story?
I learned about they get consequences.
Consequences, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes consequences can be like punishments, like that your parents give you, or sometimes the consequence can just be you feeling.
Cry.
Yeah, sad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now you know what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to give you a piece of paper and I'm going to let you I want you to draw me and then write on the drawings, like the little drawings that you do, what your favorite parts of the story were.
Okay. Just take your time, right?
Yeah.
I will make it black, brown. This is a cool marker.
Aren't they cool?
Wait, I was thinking it was.
I got them on sale. So it's a little thicker. There you go.
So you need to paper or before?
It's okay.
Okay. There's this.
You want me to turn it towards you?
Mhm.
Did you have a favorite part of the story?
Yes.
What was it?
When his brother was so lazy sitting there, he didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah. Do you want me to turn to that page?
No.
My favorite part is when they were telling the lie and the bird kept looking different. I liked that part. Because isn't that true? Isn't that always how it goes?
Changes his color.
Yeah.
Like,
The story.
and even the more funny was.
A lie always seems to change a little bit over time.
Yeah, but the more funny that you said that part that you like it.
Mm-hmm.
That the bird now is looking like a soccer ball.
Right?
I want you this.
You're a pretty good drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you like to do in your free time?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. God, this is so bad. I'll draw a big splash.
It's okay. Do your best.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite book?
My favorite book ever?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like picture books a lot. I don't know.
And practice draw?
I like Know David a lot. Do you know David?
Yeah.
I think it's funny, and I think you can read it a lot of different ways. And it's a good book to teach little kids how to do the right thing.
Oh yeah, that book.
Yeah, I like Mo Williams. He does those books with the pigeon, and the pigeon wants to drive the bus, and the pigeon wants a hot dog.
Oh yeah, that one.
I love those books. I can't get enough of those.
Is it about the little bird?
Yeah.
And there's a little chicken.
Yep. He's like a little pigeon. He's a little bird, but he's always wanting something, and half the time he doesn't even know why he wants it. You're a pretty good artist, Brian.
But my favorite part in that book that you said was that when the pigeon was a little bit angry, he started with the old page was getting red.
Yes, because he's screaming and freaking out. Yeah, he's funny.
And I remember thinking in that page, you thinking he was screaming and angry, he not freaking out.
Yeah, it's kind of a little of both.
Yeah.
Because he really wants to drive that bus,
yeah, that one. But the man said you're an animal.
Yeah.
And those animals cannot drive.
And what if that pigeon could have drove that? But at the end of the book, what's he driving? He's driving a huge semi truck.
Really?
Remember?
Yeah.
You turn to the last page.
Imagine that page when he's driving. Later the man come. He say, "Hey, give my truck back," or he will get or the manager, he will fire him.
Fire.
Why the pigeon steal the car? So what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I love this movie about a music teacher.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mr. Holland's Opus.
That one, yeah, I like that one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's one of the movies that made me want to be a teacher.
Wait, did you see the new movie? It's called Wonder.
Yes, I saw it this last weekend. I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
It's talking about the kid.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually made me kind of cry a little bit.
Yeah, about the Wonder, how he looked like. That way he wore that mask.
Yep. I like the end of the movie though, when he's talking.
Yeah, and making new friends.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
you make a lot of friends. You got a lot of friends here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But it doesn't mean when you like ugly something doesn't mean you have to bully them.
No, it doesn't.
It's about they want to learn, right?
Right.
I
agree.
Yeah. Later I'm gonna draw it here. I said I didn't break it.
Right. So you're gonna show him that he's lying.
Yes.
That is awesome. We gotta show the camera when you're done too.
Yes. Oh, well, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody wants to tell the truth, or because I think I know why many people don't want to tell the truth. Because when, like for example, you're the children, you're the kid. If there's a mommy, you would say, what happened to the to the lamp or what happened to my phone.
Right.
Why you destroy my iPhone X, the new one that cost?
Yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, the new. Later they will say the line because they would think they will get consequences.
Right.
And they would take away.
It's almost better to just tell the truth.
Yeah, and later they will think if they will give it a chance.
Right.
But if you say lie, nobody will give you a chance.
Right. I mean, how can they trust you, right?
Yeah, so many years ago. Oh my gosh.
Looks really good, Ryan.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this kind of talent.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
This is a really whole bear that I draw.
That's very good. Maybe draw some eyebrows on him.
I didn't know he has some eyebrows.
Yeah, see?
What if we draw his eyebrow angry? No. That was so hilarious. And this thing that you buy that's for sale, it smells like something like food.
They're strong smelling. They're
Yeah.
Sharpies, you know.
I know.
You're gonna say I didn't break it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because you remembered the main idea, the theme of the story, right?
Yep.
The most important aspect of the story. Lying is not good.
There's I know how to draw. This is what was so hilarious. Okay, imagine this is the bear right here.
Yeah.
This is the bear. That means that's him.
Yeah.
Later he kicked this thing for accident.
Right.
Later his iPhone X.
All right. So that's your drawing.
Yes.
All right. Session 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian's interpretation. He wrote, I didn't break it. And he drew Brother Bear.
Yeah.
Looking very, very guilty.
Later, and he kicked the table, and he fell down with the iPhone X from the mall.
On to session 2.
And this is into